Hello friends, I welcome you all for this session of Applied Thermodynamics. Today I'll be discussing a new topic on the vapor power cycles. Before I start with the discussion on the new topic, let me tell you some information related to the thermodynamic cycles. So in general, you have already studied n number of thermodynamic cycles, which are being used in various fields of engineering. So in general, a thermodynamic cycle is a cycle of sequence of operations being carried out in a particular system so that a desired output can be obtained by making use of a working medium. So in such a way that the starting point of the system and the end point of the system, they remains to be same. So which is called as a thermodynamic cycle. So in general, in engineering field, when we speak with respect to thermodynamics, the thermodynamic cycles, on which all the systems have been designed, so they all have been classified basically into two main categories. So thermodynamic cycles are classified as power cycles, one set of classification, and the second one, they are classified as refrigeration cycles. So I repeat, the thermodynamic cycles, they are broadly classified into power cycles and refrigeration cycles. So power cycles are those thermodynamic cycles during which heat is being taken as an input. So heat Q is given as an input during these cycles, and the work or the power, which is obtained as an output when a system performs this particular thermodynamic cycles. So by the name itself, it is very clear these are the thermodynamic cycles which will give us the power output. So power, positive power or work is being obtained with an expense of heat. So this is what we basically see in all power cycles. Whereas on the other side, the second classification, they are called as refrigeration cycles. So here exactly the reverse will occur. I mean to say, here the work is being given as an input during these kind of cycles, and heat is being removed, or it is being taken out, or it is being generated as an output. You can see in these two set of classifications, in the power cycles I told heat is given as an input during these cycles and work is obtained as an output. Whereas in refrigeration cycles, during the cycle, the external work is being given as an input and the heat is being obtained as an output. So it is very clear the two cycles are of exactly opposite in nature. So heat is input, work is output for power cycles, and for refrigeration cycles, work is input, heat is obtained as an output. So to give some examples of thermodynamic systems on which they use these power cycles, you have already studied IC engines. So IC engine it makes use of various power cycles. Take for example, it makes use of Otto cycle, it makes use of diesel cycle, it makes use of dual cycle. So these all you have already studied in your previous lectures. So on these particular thermodynamic cycles, all IC engines work. And if you remember, these all are nothing but they are power cycles, because we have seen that from using these all cycles, ultimately we are generating the work output. Correct? So that's why they all are power cycles. But here, and one more example I can quote. IC engines is one example. Then second example you can say jet engine. Then the third one I can say it as gas turbine engines. Of course, the example for gas turbine engine is I can say jet engines. So if you look at all these examples, they make use of different types of power cycles. So using these examples, it is very clear. So these power cycles are in turn classified into two more categories. You can say like this. One is gas power cycle, and the second one is vapor power cycle. Okay, so I repeat, all power cycles by using which we generate the power, they can be further classified into two more categories. One is gas power cycle, second one is vapor power cycle. If you look at the gas power cycle, here we produce the positive work output by making use of gas as a working medium. So the example for gas power cycles are these cycles: Otto cycle, diesel cycle, dual cycle, and so many other cycles. We use particularly gas as a fluid which is circulated in the various components of a system, thereby it will give us the work output. So since power is generated using gas as a working medium, so the power cycle is called as gas power cycle. On the other way, we sometimes make use of the vapor of a water. In other words, I can say we make use of steam. So steam is a vapor, or it is a mixture of liquid and vapor. Okay, so if it is used for to generate a power in a given system, then the corresponding cycle by using which we generate power is called as vapor power cycle. So all steam power plants, the example for the vapor power cycle is steam or thermal power plant, as well as you can say nuclear power plant. Sometimes we also use solar power plants. So in all of these examples, solar, nuclear, steam power plants, we basically come across a working medium called as vapor. So vapor form of the water is being utilized in all of these examples. Steam power plant, nuclear power plant, and solar power plant, so that we will effectively generate the power. So in this topic, the discussion is all about the vapor power cycle. So we are going to discuss in detail about vapor power cycle. And already in the previous sessions we discussed about the gas power cycles in the first module. So I hope it is clear. So to quickly brush out, all power cycles are classified into gas power cycles and vapor power cycles. The example for gas power cycles, you can say the Otto cycle, diesel cycle, dual cycles, and the examples for such systems are IC engine, gas turbine engines. And second one, vapor power cycles. So they make use of vapor form of the water so as to produce the power. So the examples are steam power plant, nuclear power plant, solar power plants. So that's all about the power cycles classification. On the other way, if you come to the second part of this classification, refrigeration cycles, here I told work is been given as an input and heat is been obtained as an output. So the example for refrigeration cycles are VCR cycle, first one, second one VAR cycle, and the third one air refrigeration cycles. We can also have steam jet refrigeration cycles. So I hope in your previous semesters you might have some information about the VCR cycle, VAR cycles. So in the next module we shall discuss about this part of the cycles, that is we will discuss in detail about the refrigeration cycles. But as of now our main attention will be towards this power cycle called as vapor power cycles. So with this as a background, let us now start discussing on the vapor power cycles.